Banehallow was noble born to the House of Ambry, the greatest of the landed castles in the old kingdom of Slom. This ancient kingdom found its power over the strict and unforgiving rule with its vast and trained army. They had conquered all the lands that could possess a threat. This was the main reason behind the king's simple policy. You were with them or against them. All those who would say no to the king's demands would find their head split in two. As the countless years passed, the old king went mad from the infinite power he possessed. As the king's wants grew strange, and his court grew crowded with sorcerers and charlatans, the House of Ambry was the first to rise against the avarice of the throne. No longer willing to pay homage and fealty, they instead sent 6,000 swords into the capital, where they were easily wiped out in the massacre of the apostates. The Mad King was victorious once again. And then came the teeth behind the old truth. When you strike a king's neck, you had better take his head. The king needed no time to come up with the darkest revenge that was quickly casted upon the House of Ambry. Enraged by the betrayal, the king exterminated the vast Ambry bloodline, sparing only the lord of the house and his youngest son, Banehallow. Before all the royal court, with the disgraced lord chained to the ornate marble floor, the king bade his magicians to transform the boy into a wolf, so that he might tear out his own father's throat. "Do this," the king said, "so that Lord Ambry will understand the bite of betrayal." Powerful magic was invoked, and the child was transformed. The screams while his young body was turning struck fear in everyone's hearts. However, the magic was powerful and had no chances of going wrong. Or so they thought. Though his body was changed, his spirit remained intact, and instead of biting the exposed neck of his father, he attacked his handlers, tearing them to pieces. A dozen of the king's knights perished under the wolf's teeth before they managed to drive it off into the night. The scene at the court was brutal, the blood and body parts everywhere, all being proof of the king's clearly mad mind. With horror in his eyes, the king gazed upon the black figure still chained to the court's floor. Lord Ambry laughed, as this was the moment of his victory. He laughed even as the king ran him through with a sword. Now the heir to the lost House of Ambry, Banehallow wanders the trail as the Lycan, part warrior, part wolf, in search of justice for all that he lost, for he has lost everything but one thing: his undying lust for revenge towards those who did horrible things to him, but still draw breath.
Sheep may talk peace with a wolf, but the wolf always answers the same: no.